Here we go, 12 championship rounds between two undefeated champions.
They see Eimantas Stanionis is going to try to set the pace of this fight early. He is a pressure fighter and wants to come forward all night long.
And you can see Boots Ennis coming out from that orthodox stance, right-handed. I personally think he's a better southpaw. And against fighters like Stanionis, you want to give him the different looks. You want to give him a different perspective. You know, he probably expected Boots to come out southpaw, coming out orthodox.
And you see Boots early on aiming a little bit for that midsection. That's the one area that's open in this sort of shell defense that Stanionis fights in.
Stanionis' motto in this fight, all gas, no brakes. He promises to take the fight to Boots and not go backwards.
Yeah, but with a model like that, all gas, no brakes, you're bound to run into an accident, you know? Guys like Boots, they love that kind of stuff. That's food for them, man. Stanionis needs to be smart with that pressure, which he is. That's the thing about him, and behind that ramrod jab. But you can see that Boots is looking for that uppercut already. I mean, stabbing him down with the jabs to set up that right uppercut. Those are money punches by Boots.
And that uppercut got a smile out of Stanionis, who again, his wife is due any day with a baby. In fact, she was due 3 days ago.
Love that body shot around the guard by Boots. In his last fight,
nice counter left from Stanionis.
His last fight, Stanionis, he kind of got touched up in the body in those middle rounds. I love the fact that Ennis is already touching that body early.
The criticism for Boots in his last fight is that he was getting hit too often and too cleanly.
Because he fights to his competition, man. He needs to be motivated. He's not motivated by a guy that he went 24 rounds with. You can definitely see how sharp he is against Stanionis. He's not going to get touched in this fight unless Stanionis forces him to get touched. And you can see right now Stanionis is not really throwing the shots that he normally accustomed throwing so early.
And Chris, Boots looks bigger, doesn't he?
Yeah, it looks like he's rehydrated really well, and that's a part of this. For the last 3 or 4 fights, Boots Ennis has fought under IBF rules, which has required a 10-pound rehydration the next day. Because this is a unification fight, that 10-pound rehydration clause goes out the window. So he's been able to rehydrate perhaps a little bit more going into this fight.
Yeah, he was asked yesterday what he was going to have for breakfast the day of the fight. He said everything.
Yeah, and at the weigh-in, he looked like a smaller fighter, thinner. You can see that Stanionis is bulkier around the midsection, around the torso area. But rehydration, man, is key. And the fact that they don't have to just do 10 pounds and actually do your natural weight, that's all advantage for Jaron Ennis.
Yeah, if you stop pulling back, you got a little mark on your eye. Look, look. Yo, when you shoot that southpaw, whip that uppercut, man. He bending down and doing this. So keep your jab going. Keep that jab going. Oh, that's good. That ain't nothing but a little mark. Nope, huh? With a spit bucket, y'all. That's all right, spit in this. Boots, keep that jab popping, man. Look, don't look. Straight bite, straight to the head, coming up there. Yo, go around.
And this is what you want to see from Ennis right here. Around the guard, that body shot right there. Didn't look like much, but that's going to set up uppercuts the farther this fight goes, because the pressure's only going to get more consistent, and hooks like that. Those are the 2 best punches from Eimantas Stanionis. So the uppercuts and hooks, the longer this fight goes, the more violent it's going to get.
You heard Drawn Boots and his father tell him, hey, he's ducking his head, try and catch him with that uppercut. Yeah,
that's how you turn that high guard, that peekaboo defense against him. He hunches over and he has there's a way for the uppercut to land.
Boots has been able to keep Stanionis at bay with that long jab.
Yeah, which is fended off the jab of Stanionis, which is his best weapon. He's one of the best jabbers in all of boxing. Lands about 10 jabs per round, connects at about a 36% connect rate. That's a major weapon for him, not just in scoring shots, but setting up other ones.
Not only that, but you're using your advantages, your height, your 6-inch reach. That's what you want to do with your Boots right now. Keep this fight in the middle, ring, stay off the ropes, and keep popping that jab and looking for that left uppercut. See, there's going to be a fight where, of course, the Matador is going to have the advantage over the Bull because the Bull has slower feet. Stanionis has slower feet, flatter feet, and he cuts off the ring really great going to his right. But as a southpaw, Boots going to his right, he's not as easy as cutting off the ring going to the left. So you can see right there, when Boots went to his left, he kind of tripped up a little bit, Stanionis.
This is the 9th consecutive fight in which Stanionis is facing both height and reach disadvantages. Ennis 2 inches taller, a 6-inch reach advantage. Nice left from Stanionis. And then a right.
And that's the criticism we have on Ennis. It was a beautiful combination, throw 5-6 punches, but got hit with one big shot.
Instead, Boots landed a good body shot there in that exchange.
This is the fight we thought we'd see. Stanionis constantly trying to come forward, and Ennis trying to cut him off at the pass.
Yeah, no feeling out between these two guys, just going straight at it.
Stiff jab from Stanionis, who says boxing is all about timing.
Everything revolves around that shotgun jab of Stanionis, but if he can't have a stationary target to land, it's gonna be a lot harder to track down Ennis.
That was another good body shot from Boots Ennis. Left hand right in the breadbasket.
It's gonna be all body shots, man. That's how you're gonna slow down this tank. Is those body shots, those jabs, movement, lateral, moving to your left, right, switching orthodox, southpaw, showing everything you got.
Stanionis coming off a 336-day absence, only his 2nd fight in 3 years.
Okay, listen, the fight is getting close. Your jab is landing, all right? You got to bring the fight to him. You just have to have fun. Let your hands go. When you get in the pocket, we got to start to the body, right?
Look, Stanionis right there, he should be aiming for the body, even though he landed a good headshot right there. That's what Boots is guilty of. He leaves that head and chin a little bit too exposed, but this is also what Boots is known for. Vicious counter shots like that, running shots. Beautiful uppercut. If that would have landed the chin, that would have done a lot more damage. You can expect more uppercuts and sharp counter punching by Ennis.
Chris, is this fight starting the way you thought it might?
It's starting a little bit faster, but it's evolving into the fight I think I expected and most people expected. Good advice between rounds in the corner of Eimantas Stanionis. Marvin Simodio, his longtime trainer, saying if you're gonna throw that jab, you gotta throw something else behind it. You gotta let your hands go when you're exchanging.
There's those jabs you were calling for earlier from Stanionis, Sergio.
Yeah, but see, he needs to do it he needs to punch with Ennis. Ennis has a slightly faster hands. So if you're gonna be, Stanionis is either blocking or he's jabbing. He's gonna have to do a little bit of both at the same time.
Trying that wind-up uppercut, did Ennis. That's gonna be his punch, no doubt about it.
Now, Ennis is just, he's shining right now, man. I mean, everything's just so smooth. He's not overloading on punches either.
It feels like we're seeing a decreased output from Stanionis than we've seen in previous fights. He's still walking Boots down, but unlike what we saw against Butayev and Maestre, he's not letting his hands go in those situations.
Yeah,
Boots is getting a little cute here, isn't he? Ate a right hand there in the corner.
I mean, that's how he always fights.
Oh, is that left hand? They're going to call it a knockdown? No, he says it's behind the head. A lot of the Lithuanians here in the arena, and there are a pretty good contingent of them voicing their displeasure.
No, Boots is so talented that he just takes his talent for granted, man. And sometimes he just gets a little, I guess lazy is the word, but a little overconfident. And that's when he can get checked.
And that left uppercut is landing consistently.
Those are hard shots by Ennis. See, that's the problem with that high guard defense. You know, defense that Winky Wright had, and you know, fighters like Corte and Cloudy, they didn't get knocked out. You know, guys like that didn't get knocked out, but they got bruised up, they got beat, they got outpointed by fighters that are content hitting the gloves, going around the gloves, and of course stabbing the body.
Boots' team felt that, oh, nice jab there from Stanionis. Boots' team felt that Stanionis could bring out the best of Ennis, that we haven't seen the best of Boots yet because no one has taken him to that next level. Can this Lithuanian be the man to do it? He's grinded and lands a right hand, but a counter left for Boots.
And that's what Stanionis needs to do. He landed a counter right on his own. He punched with Boots. He's gonna have to go through the fire. Both of them landed big right hands.
Boots clearly has more pop, that's for sure. 29 knockouts in his 33 wins.
Right there. Listen, when you inside, when you inside, I want you to have his hand up and rip the uppercut up and bring that back up. Soon you throw it, bring it back up. Keep using that jab, boo. Let me see some straight shots sometime. Hit the combination.
There's that shot. That's what they're telling him right now. You got to be careful with those shots going up top, especially when you're against the ropes. But I love these uppercuts that he's throwing from far, but he needs to set up those uppercuts. And you can see that left hook around the head, pushing him down. That was no knockdown. Good call by the referee. But right there, that's what he needs to be leery of, just keeping the head in the exact same place. More upper body movement for Ennis, and of course, keep popping that jab.
3 entertaining rounds so far. Chris, has Stanionis won any of them?
No, I thought third round was probably his best round in terms of landed punches, but I think so far it's been a Boots Ennis fight. 3 rounds to none, 30-27. His power is just a difference maker at this stage.
Footwork is the difference in this stage, Chris. I'm telling you, this is
you
a
gotta
fight.
land punches, though. You gotta throw punches.
No, I hear you, but Stanionis can't land a punch because he can't track down Boots. The only time he does land is when he throws with him, and they're both stationary. Good body shot there by Boots.
Yeah, these investments in the body, if they keep up, they're going to pay off in the later rounds.
Stanionis just looks so much smaller than Boots in there right now. He's used to that, though. Stanionis was scheduled to face Virgil Ortiz Jr. 3 times. We talk about Boots avoiding him. Stanionis had to bow out the first date because of an emergency appendectomy. And the next 2 bouts canceled after Virgil Ortiz Jr. dealt with illness.
And see, there's another fighter in Virgil Ortiz that has that high guard defense and the same output, only he doesn't have the same jab that Stanionis had. That would have been a monster fight, man, because right now, Boots not only has the defense, the footwork, but the accuracy and power behind it.
Good right hand from Stanionis. He's getting his shots in, Chris. It's just not nearly the same power that Ennis has on his.
Yeah, he's got to put his combinations together a little bit more. Just the body work of Boots Ennis is so impressive at this stage, and he is one of the better body punchers in all of boxing. He's digging down there.
And look at slyly switching back to orthodox stance right now.
Looks like a small cut over the right eye or under the right eye of Stanionis.
Yeah, Stanionis said he prepared for both styles, brought in southpaws and orthodox fighters, lots of them to prepare for this fight.
Yeah, but none of them have this kind of natural gifted ability, man. I mean, speed, power, long arms. It's a beautiful, beautiful boxer puncher right here.
Boots has told us, listen, tonight's going to be my crowning achievement, my biggest moment. He envisions himself finishing Stanionis and celebrating in front of this very pro-Boots crowd, and he's given him plenty to cheer about offensively and defensively.
He is schooling Stanionis so far as making him miss. I mean, you don't make champions miss 3-4 punches in a row like that.
Career high payday for Stanionis. This is his moment. Can he cash in? He's got work to do. April 26th, an old rivalry will be settled following their bad temper buildup, which of course involved a smashed egg on the face of Conor Benn. Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn squaring off in front of a sellout crowd at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. You can see it, Fatal Fury. Eubank Benn, buy it now on DAZN.com.
You have to pay and get out if you're not ready. Remember, if you're not ready, don't chase it. Just stay in the middle. Recover nice and loose and start with the jab. Okay? Don't wait too long. If you're in, shoot. Like bang, bang. You don't need big punches. You just need to touch him so he will stop you.
Round 5. Sergio, what would your advice be to Eimantas Stanionis right now if you were in his corner?
Well, you got to get physical. You got to get in there. You got to fight fire with fire, man. You're going to get hit on the way in. But you have the wide shoulders. You have those big biceps and forearms. You have that high guard. Take the chances. And once you're in there, you got to let it rip, man, and especially downstairs. You got to bang away at the body, the ribs, anything that Boots gives you.
Yeah, haven't seen a lot of body work from Stanionis, certainly not to the level that we've seen from Boots.
Because Ennis is not allowing him. He's maintaining that range and distance with that long jab. And, of course, that sharp upper body movement. I mean, look at that defense.
Here's Stanionis throwing some shots to the waistband. Trying to grind out some opportunities here in the corner. Look at the total punches landed. Ennis has landed 10 more. Power punches landed, over double for Boots, 35 compared to 14. Good right hand from Eimantas.
Good shot right there.
And then downstairs, upstairs. That's what you wanted to see when he got inside.
That's exactly what he needs to do. And what Boots needs to do, he better pick up that left hand.
Whoa, nice left. This is the best round for Stanionis by far.
Boots better pick up that left hand. He's getting lazy with that, dropping that hand. Stanionis is catching on now. He caught on to the speed now and the timing. Good body shot there by Boots.
Stanionis, the WBA welterweight champion. Fighting for the ring belt, the lineal championship. That's become the gold standard in this sport.
I didn't think Ennis was going to have this easy of a time out jabbing Stanionis. Stanionis has one of the best jabs in boxing, in the business.
Hey, he's winning this round, though, you think?
Oh, this round he's doing well.
There's that uppercut. Stanionis blocking those punches, but they're so powerful, they're still seemingly doing some damage, backing him up. And there's a bloody nose now as he lands a right hand, but eats a left of his own. Boots coming on here as Stanionis covers up. He's turning into a bloody mess. Boots so relaxed in there.
In the line of fire, man, I can't believe how relaxed this man is. It's incredible watching this. It's like he's fighting Stanionis in slow motion. He can see everything coming, man. He's like Neo in the Matrix in there. Dodging bullets, dodging punches, looking sharp.
Start shipping it in them. Hey, give me them angles.
Okay, we're landing punches. But, yeah, very good. It's not enough. So you have to smother him? Or far? After your punches?
Nice right hand right there landed by Stanionis. Sometimes Ennis rolls with those punches, you know, taking the power away from the punch, but most of the time they're landing pretty cleanly. But I think he's still doing the better punching, and you can see it by the blood in the nose of Stanionis and the fact he finally had to take a step back.
Yeah, I thought that was a very good round for Eimantas Stanionis, right up until the final 30, 40 seconds when Boots Ennis started to tee off and really opened up the blood coming from that nose. So even in a round that Stanionis may have won, he took a lot of punishment.
I agree, yep.
Yeah, the two guys walking back to the ring, walking back to their corners, you know the judges are looking at Stanionis is pouring blood out of his nose. Boots still looks as fresh as a daisy in there. Man, but I feel like Stanionis is doing everything he can, Sergio. I mean, he's giving it his all.
Well, there's levels to championship boxing, man. I mean, it's just how incredible Boots is. I mean, it really is amazing watching this man up close. Because he's not running, he's not boxing, he's staying in the pocket looking for punches. He's punching in between the shots, risking danger.
There's your total punches landed in that last round. That feels a bit skewed. 19 of 68 from Ennis, 10 of 31 for Stanionis.
And notice, look, as soon as Boots gets near the ropes, he goes right back to the middle of the ring. That's another thing that Stanionis have been issues with. You know, you can't keep someone in the same space. You can't get him against the ropes.
Big swing and a miss there from Stanionis. As Boots fighting out in a southpaw stance now, and they're doing that front foot battle. You really put your opponent at a disadvantage if you can step on top of his foot as you're throwing a punch. It's harder for him to move out of the way.
You know, Boots is the sharper fighter in part because he is most definitely the more active of the two fighters. Even though the two fights last year weren't his best performance, he still got 2 fights in. Eimantas Stanionis only got 1, and then was off for the entire year before that. So he's had to battle stops and starts in training camps, ring rust that he had admitted affected him in the Maestre fight. And we talk all the time, Sergio, activity does matter. And I think as this fight progresses, it's going to matter even more.
You know, activity matters especially for boxers, but, you know, whenever you have the style of Stanionis, you would think that it doesn't bother you as much. I think the footwork is bothering Stanionis. The fact that he can't compete with the foot speed of Ennis. And look, those body shots right there, that's Stanionis' kryptonite, I believe.
Yeah, he's shrinking, and now Boots teeing off with a left uppercut, and down goes Stanionis.
He softened him up to the body and came up with the uppercut. Boots knows exactly what he's doing. He's breaking down Stanionis.
The face tells the tale. Blood everywhere, and the body's not doing much better. Can Boots seal the deal here in round 6? 10 seconds to go. Stanionis still in there slinging his guns. And he'll make it to the end of the round. Richardson, Hitchens, Shakur Stevenson in the front row, appreciating what Boots is doing here tonight.